pleasure to be here today to be part of this program. Like you rightly said, 18th of March 2024 mark 1 year anniversary of my electoral victory. You just mentioned that the tsunami of APC could not consume me. I want to let you and our viewers know that the last election was not basically on a party platform. The people voted who they wanted to vote. They know who they wanted and what they wanted. So they were able to, if you look at it from the presidential election in my local government, from the available data that we had, P2B had so much votes. Senator Abamoro won his election. Right Honorable David Oge won his election. One is Labour, another is PDP, another one is APC. So it was no longer an issue of party, it was an issue of personality, who the people wanted per time. And so the same thing happened to me. My people voted Governor Alia massively. And I keep saying, even on the floor of the assembly, that the Igede people voted Governor Alia massively, and they deserve massive attention from the governor too. So the people wanted Alia to be governor, and they wanted me to be the assembly member. So they picked me from PDP and picked him from APC. In the House, we also have a Labour member from Constitution. So it is no longer business as usual when once one party wins the presidential election, every other party will now flow. Every other person, whether the people wanted you or not, they say, no, since this party has won the National Assembly or presidential, let us flow in that direction. But this time around, the people assess all of us that contested from whichever platform. You know, remember it was not only PDP. Even we didn't talk of tsunami. Labour came with a tsunami. It's just that their tsunami could not consume so many people because that movement was strong. And by the grace of God, I'm here today because my people wanted me to serve them. And by the grace of God, I'm available to serve them with deep compassion and spotless integrity. By the grace of God, I'm about 9th month in the 10th Assembly, and the relationship there has been a very robust one. In that house, we have 10 members of PDP, 22 members of APC, and 1 member of Labour. But once we enter that office that we call our chamber, we drop our party platform. We are known as the 10th Assembly. And by the grace of God, we've been working well, relating well. When we came on board, we knew that we in PDP, we are not a majority as far as how the game is played is concerned. We are not a majority. So we knew that we are not the majority. And so we decided on how the politics of the house should be played. And we play the politics amicably, and everything is running smoothly. And we're enjoying good relationship. If you come to the house, you won't know who is APC, you won't know who is PDP, you won't know who is Labour, but you will know who is 10th Assembly. And that is the 32 of us working together in the interests of the state. The term minority party is being used because we didn't win so many seats. That is why the term minority is coming to us. My mindset is not minor, and my relationship pattern, you know, politics is about relationship and how to relate with people, how to lobby, whether elective or executive. Politics is about relationship. How do you relate with people, either the people at the top or people at the middle or people down the ladder. How do you relate with them? How do you, lobby those at the top, those who are in control of the resources? How do you lobby with them? And now how do you relate with those at your level so that they can support you in case you make requests for anything? And when that thing is gotten, how do you now push the distribution to those? So when you talk about minority, I don't think it is supposed to affect me in any way. If I move a motion on the floor of the assembly, nobody will say that because you are a minority, they will not give you support. If they see that the motion that I'm bringing on the floor of the assembly is something that can benefit the people of Benue, I have moved so many motions and I participated in sponsoring so many bills. But I can assure you that I have never been one day attacked by a member of APC or Labour in the House and say, no, this man is PDP, his motion should not say true. I've never had such a challenge all the days of my life so far in the State Assembly. And by the grace of God, I've been able to approach the governor alongside with other members from Igede extraction, particularly Oju 1 and 2. I am from 1 and I have a counterpart from Oju 2 that we are always working together. There is never a time that we approach the governor for anything and the governor now say, because you are a PDP, you are from minority party in the House, you will not be given attention to. Remember I told you that our people voted him, they also voted me. So the issue of minority that is coming is just a nomenclature. It's a nomenclature. It does not affect my relationship with the people. It doesn't affect my lobbying capacity. It doesn't affect anything in the House. My salary will be given to me just like it is given to any other member who is from the majority party. Any other thing that is my statutory right will be given to me. It does not stop. Even the constituency allowance, when it will be given, though it has not been given, when it will be given, my own will not be reduced by any amount. Simply because I come from a party that has not produced so much people in the House. When you're talking about minority, sometimes you talk about minority group in terms of ethnicity, the total number of people in a particular local government. Igede extraction in Benue State will have just 2 local governments. If you go to Tivland, they have 14, am I right? 14 local government, and then 7, when we remove Igede from the other 7, you have, from the other 9, you have 7 of them. So I think based on that numerical strength, sometimes we are described as a minority tribe. So far, in terms of appointments, I am not in APC, and so I have not been able to know how appointments are being made. Some of the appointments are being made. I learned that we're giving special advisors too, and I have read reliably also and reliably informed that those 2 special advisors have not been given portfolio and they have not been paid and start to be corrected. And that's what I read, if I am true. If I'm not true, please somebody should correct me in love. Take my word, correct me in love. Then I also note that he has given us 2 commissioners in recent time. It has not been happening like that. He has given Igede people 2 commissioners, one from Obi in the person of Right Honorable Nick Eworo, who is Commissioner for Energy, Science and Technology. And then from there, we also have a head of service. That is a career appointment anyway. But we are grateful that is the head of all the civil servant, the number 1 civil servant in Benue State. That position has been given to us. We've had it before. But that time we didn't have 2 commissioners. Now we have another commissioner, Professor Moses Obaji, who is in charge of agriculture and natural resources. So far in that aspect, I will commend him, but he can do more, particularly in the issue of special advisor that we're giving to. During the last administration, we also had 2 special advisors, but we had our portfolio and we're being paid. We've been given everything that was given to other advisors from other places. And then in terms of infrastructure, so far, with our interaction from him, I know that Ojuawaji, which has been in the budget, find itself in the budget again. Myself and Honorable Cyril Ekon, we make sure that it comes back to the budget. And even the supplementary budget that we did, I know some of these projects, they have been in the budget. They find their way coming back into the project. The only difference that I am believing that we will make is to ensure that those projects that have come to the budget are executed. Not that they keep repeating themselves in the budget year in, year out without execution. And so far, so good. Some projects, like yesterday, I was in Ojo local government. I also went to Obe from Ojo local government to attend a function in Obe. And I saw that from Idagbo, going all the way down to Ito Barras, there's massive work going on, and I've been informed that it is it is Governor Alliance handwork that is doing that, and I also heard that it's going to join in from Mbakene, and there's also negotiation going on for Oju Awaji Road, because we have told him that Oju Awaji Road is a star project for the Igede people. Not just for Igede people, there are people from Cross River who come to Makodi to do transaction, to do business, or do one thing or the other. So if he gives attention to that road, it's going to boost his goodwill and popularity among the Igede people and every other person who used that road. Benefit. You know, in every organization, the leadership take decisions in that place. So, by the grace of God, the politics of Benedict House of Assembly, you know, after we voted in, like I said earlier, when you are voted into the house, your people cannot follow you to that house to help you, campaign for you, to help you, maneuver the milky water of the system. So you have to use your number 6. And by the grace of God, my party, the PDP, People's Democratic Party, gave me the opportunity to be the deputy minority whip of the 10th Assembly. And the office will benefit our people because we are going to be asked anytime a major decision is going to be taken in the House. I'm going to be part of it. And by doing that, I should be able to, inject in what are the needs of my people. Anytime the Assembly is in position to make demand on the government for anything, I will also make demand for my people, because charity, they say, begins at home. So that office, as one of the principal officers, I'll be there in the decision-making body of the Assembly before we bring it to the floor. So there are so many things that we can benefit from that. PDP is a very organized party, and the membership of APC are civilized people. And we do our opposition with civilization. Unlike in the time of Jonathan in PDP, when they took to the streets to take the power from us. They took the power from us. Tell me the truth, Nigerians. You watch it there and you interview me. Tell me the truth. They took the power from us. They took the steering of power. Have they been able to drive Nigeria forward? No. But if you see, calculatively, we are doing our best as people who are well organized, a party that is well organized. We do meeting. PDP is a party of ideology. We have ideas in running our party. Like you can see, right now, the tenure of the leadership of our party from one level up to the state level ended. And the leadership of the party at the apex level, they are sat down in line with the law. And we now have caretaker committee. that is running the party, so that at any point in time when somebody will trace us back, they will not find anything to use litigation against us. So we are doing our opposition, but it mustn't mean that we'll take to the streets and become lawless and do things that will make people, suffer more, even when we are trying to see that we reduce the suffering. But if you can see, you read from, you're a journalist, you read from national dailies, you see even at the state here, we criticize those things that are not correct, but we must not criticize everything. If we see anyone that is right, we will correct it. Like when we took our case to Supreme Court, and we were defeated. Let me use the word. It ended against us, not in our favor. What happened? The former governor of the state, Governor Samuel Otom, His Excellency Dr. Samuel Otom, congratulated the present governor. When, in the same line, our PDP candidates in the last election, Right Honorable Titus, in the same thing, congratulated Governor earlier. Even when we congratulated them, we have condemned certain things. Can I mention them? We condemn the illegal removal of the caretaker committee chairman who were duly elected. But since we are not lawless, we didn't take it to the streets. The Supreme Court gave the final verdict and it went in favor of APC. The former governor of the state, His Excellency Dr. Samuel Otom himself, congratulated the governor, that is Governor Hyacinth earlier. Our PDP candidate too, talking about Right Honorable Titus Soba, he congratulated him. But when he illegally removed the chairman of the councils that were, and the councillors that were legally elected under a political party, you see, we condemn it, but we didn't take it to the streets like it was done somewhere in Plateau State where the people took it to the streets. Because we know that, like I told you, that PDP is a lawful party, a law-abiding party, a party that believes in the rule of law. So when you talk about we being the worst opposition, you must not be violent with opposition. We are very civilized with our opposition, and I'm very sure that very soon Nigerians will ask us to come back, because they now know the difference between 6 and 9. Nigerians have known the difference between 6 and 9. So by 2027, I am very optimistic that PDP will come back to power, because 8 years of General Muhammad Buhari, and then they took us to the next level. From May 29, just a statement has taken us to the next level of suffering, next level of killing, next level of kidnapping. Who is not suffering? Including APC members that are watching me, and they are also suffering and smiling, simply because it's their party. But at this point, I want to let us know that it's high time, like from my introductory part I said, it's high time we drop party and think of who has the capacity, the mental ability to take Nigeria forward in the next election that is coming. We shouldn't be thinking of a party. We should judge the people contesting by their previous antecedent and the things they have been able to do. I'd like to commend him. You see, like I told you earlier, that we in PDP, we are civil with our opposition, and we do it in a very civilized way. I must commend Governor Alia in so many things that he is doing. And but I can let you know that if you ask me to advise him, there are so many things that he needs to take advice so that he can be a better governor. You know, it's good to be a better governor than to be a good governor. And then after you become a better governor, there's another room for a promise you can be the best. So if he will take my advice, I will advise that he should be very good with consultation. I don't think he consults so well before certain decisions are taken in terms of appointment, in terms of some of the projects or underpass going on in High Level Roundabout. Yes, it's going to add beauty to Makurdi City, but outside the beauty, you know, Makurdi will not be having issue of traffic jam in the city of Makurdi. Anyway, it could be a future problem solved today. But if you ask me to advise, I would have preferred that there are some pressing needs, problems. I'm not saying that that project is bad. Viewers, hear me loud and clear. I am not condemning that project. That's a very laudable project that is doing. But, you know, in economics, we talk about the scale of preference. In the scale of preference, you pick the items that are more pressing needs. And there are those items that are more pressing needs that he can attend to. And that is another one going on in Boko. How are those things going to add to the economy of Benue State, at least for the pressing needs that we have? And then on the issue of some of the appointments that he has made, like I earlier mentioned, he made appointments of 2 special advisors from Igede artists. And I'm sure maybe there are others than that. And right now, what happened that you appointed people, swore them in as special advisor, they are not being paid, they are not being given any portfolio. What happened? And then his relationship, he should step it up. PR, relationship. Even with me as an individual, I'm not just an individual now, I'm an institution representing a whole constituency. Yeah. And I know that I have an APC member who is from my local government. I'm not saying that he doesn't listen to me, but the relationship, we should step it up in the interest of me and in his own interests and overall interest of Benue State. So I'm advising, I'm also rating him, so he should step up his relationship. I'm not in their party, but I have ears and I have eyes. I'm seeing, the other day I was driving through Kashim Ibrahim Road, and they were throwing stones. They almost stole my vehicle. So it shows, when I discovered that he is a leader of his party in the states as the governor of Benue State. So he should be able to stabilize the party policy and the party politics of the states. Let him find a way. He is a father of everybody in Benue State. He's a father of everyone. We can have grandfather, but when you have a grandfather, it doesn't mean that the father doesn't have his place. So even the grandfather and the father, they can come together. Then even the children, they can come together as a family, because we are better together as a state. Whether you are PDP, you are APC. Within APC, you are better together. Then even when we come to PDP or other parties, when we come together, we are better together, because there's always a saying that even illness turns to wellness when I is replaced with we. So I think I may not be able to tell everything, but he's doing so well in some areas. But in some of these areas and many more, he needs to step up. He's a good man, reverend gentleman. I love his tastes, and but he can step it up so that he can not just be a good governor, he can be a better governor. And then when he becomes a better governor, we support him the more, and he becomes the best governor. It's possible, because there's always room for improvement. There's one thing people don't know. Once new administration comes, it's not a responsibility of the new administration to begin to condemn the last administration. Now bring to the table what you have. Once you do something better, people will know the difference. So it's not about administration or governance. It's not media outing. It's not media outing, attacking the other person, this one attacking this one. No, let Benue people, let's be united, join the Reverend Father. But he should be able to bring all of us together, whether APC, PDP. But first of all, let them put their house in order, then so that they can invite us to their house, and then we support them. They are the one in charge of the steering now. So if they are fighting over the steering, the vehicle called Benue State will somersault and find itself in the bush. We don't want that to happen. That is why I'm advising. Somebody will say that, what is our concern? It's our concern because it is our state. Whatever that happens to that party, that is affecting me. I told you the other, they almost stole my car. If they stole my car, who am I going to point out to buy the new glass for me? That's why we're interested. So nobody should tell us that it's not our concern. It is my concern. I'm a Benue citizen, and whatever that happens in Benue. On the issue of security, I also want to ask the governor to step up, his efforts. Step up his efforts. You can, like we had a meeting the other day, it was in the house. We were having a deliberation on that issue. The day we invited the 2 security advisors and the head of vigilante and livestock guard to the floor of the assembly to find out what is happening. Because today, killing in Kwande, killing in Ohimini, killing in Apa, killing in Nagatu, killing in Kuma, killing in Ukum on a daily basis. And then the
kidnapping in Obi. Kidnapping in Obi.
Thank you so much. Kidnapping in Obi. And then you have the anti-open grazing law, which he told us himself that he has not repealed the law. I know he doesn't have the power to repeal the law. The law was made by the assembly, the 9th assembly, and that law is not just made by the assembly member. This is Benue law. The lawmaker went around the state and the people stamped it and said, this is our law. And the governor has assured us that the law has not been repealed. And then we begin to wonder on a daily basis why this influx of herders with cattle massively coming. They're not just coming, they're killing and entering. It is more than the anti-open grazing law. I think this is pointing to what they say that they are the owner of Benue Trough and they want to collect it back. So I'm advising the governor, he can employ the service of former military personnel in terms of intelligence. Let them give you information. How do we handle this problem? Once these people come and they are killing, they don't ask you for your party card before they kill. Whether you are PDP, you are APC, you are ACN, you are AGC, or you are MCN, whichever abbreviation that your party belongs to. They will not even ask you, who did you vote in the last election? They are killing everybody. They are in some places where they have mosques, they burn mosques. So it's not even a Muslim-Christian war. It is a war against humanity. And so I'm charging the governor to employ the service of everybody he feels have what it takes to solve this problem. Let me tell you, in that capacity, in terms of security, it was better off in the last administration. In terms very well, and even on the floor of the assembly, a member said the other day that why not? There is nothing wrong if you can consult the last administration in that aspect. Maybe if you feel that the last administration, as he has been saying, has not done so well, why not pick the ones that have done so well and improve on them? The ones that have not done so well, this time around, you do them. At the stand for equity and fairness, we are agitating. We are agitating that the chairman of the People's Democratic Party this time around should come to Igede and judging it from every perspective we deserve it. If we judge it from those who, the people that, those in Zone C, those of us in Benue South Senatorial Zone, it has gone around every federal constituency. We are the only one remaining. Igede people are now born to be zonal chairman of the party. We have what it takes to be state chairman of the party. There are qualified, eminently qualified persons in Igede there. And I'm happy that we are working as a people collectively. As it stands now, we are not projecting a particular person. But when we get to that bridge, we know how to cross it. All we're asking is, let everybody know, our T people, the Idoma people, let them know that the position of the party chairman of PDP should come to Igede people. And I know that our people in Zonsi, the other federal constituency who have heard it separately, they will agree to share that position with us this time around. So we are putting everything together. We have had several meetings, and that's both Oju and Obi. We are talking as Igede people now, the two local government, a federal constituency. And we continue to have series of meetings. We continue to lobby. It's not by force. We are not going to carry gun. We are not going to be lawless about it. But we are going to be very civil in pursuing this matter. We will talk to our Idoma brethren and say, please consider us. We will talk to the T people and say, support us. And we will talk to even non-Benue people who can, in one way or the other, influence this thing. And then, at the end of the day, I'm sure Igede people will have it. Nobody has invited me to accompany him for lobbying process, but I'm sure, since we are not joking about it, maybe those who want to go, but nobody has specifically come to ask me that he wants to. But since we started the meeting, we are putting it as Igede agenda. By the time we get to that level, we'll look at our first 11. We'll look at our first 11 and then we'll put them to test, judging from their previous antecedent, who has the capacity, who has the stamina, who has the dexterity, who has the connection, who has the network, because party is about networking. Politics is about networking. And we need somebody who has those characteristics to network and then link us with other people. Because the office of the party chairman is not a small office. It's a big office. If the occupant knows himself, no, it can be a woman knows him or herself. In terms of his representation so far, I have watched him moved some motions on the floor of the assembly. Those that have relevance to my people, I have commended him on those ones, and I asked him to do more, putting Igede in the front, because this is the only constituency he's representing. He's not representing any other constituency, so everything about him is Igede. And I've seen him done that. He has moved motion over kidnapping. He has moved motion for, establishment of army barracks and other things, to forestall lawlessness and insecurity in the land. And then, if you ask me to assess him, like I talked about Governor earlier, I also want to advise him too. If you ask me, advise him, he should step up his relationship with stakeholders. He should step up his relationship with stakeholders. When I say stakeholders, it involves me. I am a PDP, I'm a Harvard Assembly member. It is expected that I'm not in his cabinet. I don't know how he wants to run, but if I'm in his position, by now he should put us together, summon us. When I say summon, it's not like ordering us, but friendly put us together. We are his younger brothers as far as the business of lawmaking is concerned. He should be able to invite me, invite Cyril, invite Moses, Ebodo, and then we work together because we are better together. Then if we go to Abuja, we can drive to his house and say we have an elder brother, whether we are older than him by age or whatever. We have an elder brother by the terms of the office, the lawmaking industry. We have an elder brother in the office. We drive to his office. Personally, I'm planning to visit him on certain issues that I want to discuss with him privately, that I don't want to talk publicly on air. Now, things that I feel that if we do them, Igede will become better, because leadership is about idea sharing. We share idea, and sometimes idea sharing is what we call criticism. It's idea sharing. It depends on how we come. Some can be constructive, some can be destructive. But it is allowed, when you are in position of power, you allow people to criticize you. I want people to criticize me. And then I don't welcome praise singers. Those who sing my praises, Hosanna in the highest. They will say that on Thursday, but on Friday they will be the first people to say criticize him when you made a mistake. So I am saying that when you are an office holder, he should be open to criticism. Whether, in fact, sometimes it could be destructive. If it is destructive, it's every time he may respond to them. But if it is constructive, and listen. I also want to advise his media team. I don't know who to address as a person. I would have called the person out. But I think, is it Liberation Media team? Yeah. I want to advise them. See, we should help our brother. Even when there's a real quarrel on ground. Thank you so much. I think I need this now. Even when there's a quarrel, and one person is quarreling, and the other person is not responding, the quarrel will naturally die. But even a situation where somebody feel that this idea will be better, or you come, and you see the person and say perceived attacker, perceived enemy, and you come up with some media outing. Let me categorically say this outing, that so many of his media people, their media outing have not helped us. So many of them, or some are good, but so many have not helped. He should advise them. He should caution them. Whatever he doesn't approve. Like me, my people are writing something, and I told you, if you are writing for me and you are ordered, if I'm paying you, if you write, wait, let me see it first. If I don't see it, and you write something that is not from me, I'll comment. Even remember during our campaign, that even James Bechi posted something, the caption was not correct. And I came out public and said, this is not the caption of the meeting that we had. And he accepted it. And then we moved on. So I advised him to step up his relationship with Igede people. And let me say it, I was home recently and I heard a lot of things on Abba FM. That radio is there for us to use in educating our people. They are war of words with Igede and this. It's not necessary. It's not necessary. And with some other stakeholders, it's not necessary. If there is anybody who feel that you are not doing well and maybe he says something, why not? You are our chief servant. Go to the person and find out what is happening. As far as Igede tradition is concerned, they are our fathers. So I'm using this opportunity to beg them, and I say that the media people, you are the one hiding this matter. You are the one. I don't know what you are gaining from it. I told you that if I had a particular name, I would have called them out. But since I don't have a particular Liberator, or is it Liberator or Liberation Media? Liberation Media team. Yeah. I'm charging you, please help our brother in terms of your media outing. We want him to succeed, and he must succeed by the grace of God. We must all rally around him to succeed in the assignment that we have sent him to do. We didn't send him to Abuja to get more power and then use the power, to make people feel intimidated. No, people shouldn't be afraid to talk to him. Those who cannot meet him, I've had people wrote about me. And one of my greatest admirer now is in Abuja. Do you know how we became friends? He wrote against me during the election. And I went to his inbox. I said, my brother, my name is Blessed Emmanuel. Can we talk? Can I have your number? He gave me his number and we talked. What did I do? Is there any way that I offended you? Is there anything you need to know about me? And by the time we talked, he discovered me. Let me even use another practical example. My senior legislative aide now, when some people approached him to work for me, he told them that he doesn't like me. That he doesn't like me. And then they told him, are you sure you know him very well? The first day they brought him to my house, I didn't know him. That was my fault of saying. So you can imagine somebody who doesn't know you. And he said, no, somebody you don't know is there saying that he doesn't like you. So, but now if he's talking about you, you think he's talking about an angel. It's because maybe at that point he never had the opportunity of interacting with me. He never had the opportunity of interfacing with me. And as such, he drew a conclusion, maybe based on what somebody told him about me. And he was relating with me in the dark because I didn't know him. But the guy is a brain. The guy is a brain. Anywhere in the world, he's a brain. And that is what I saw. I said, no, I need somebody like this around me. So we need to be around our leader, Right Honorable David Agada or girl. Within 9 months of my stay in the office, I'm always home. I'm just turning home straight to, take this interview. For the past 3 weekends, I've been home. By doing that, I know the challenges of my people. One striking one among those is when the Obubi culvert was washed away by those heavy rains in August. My people called me. Those supporters who want you to do well, they will call me. Olebedu, please, Kai, why don't you do for more and do this? And like I told you earlier, for us in the State Assembly, no constituency development fund has been given to us. It's on record. Even when the wife of the Speaker came to commission the project, that culvert that I did, she mentioned it. Still, with respect to her, she knelt down to thank me because she said, being the wife of the Speaker, though she's not a member of the Assembly, she has an idea of what is coming to us. And I came about that project because of the cooperation of the other members from Igede. We agree. Why don't we do contribution? Since this thing has not been given to us, conspiracy fund has not been given for us yet, we do contribution. They gave me the contribution, which I used to do that project. We did contribution for Moses Egoro. He's doing a project right now at Okubi Palace, very massive project. We did the same thing for Cyril. He's doing a project in this place, solar light, and there's a transformer that will soon go to commission there. And that is how that culvert, I was able to do it. And I'm happy that the people appreciate it. Even I have received calls from even outside Nigeria from my people commending me. It's not about the size of the project, but how it meets the needs of the people. And then by the grace of God, I've been able to contact an NGO, Victim Support Fund, when there was a crisis between Nubila. Victim Support Fund came in, and some people received so many palliative materials, and some got about 19 or so sewing machines were distributed. Some got other things that can help them revamp their business, those who suffer losses during the crisis. And also, by the grace of God, I've been able to help in helping some people in terms of lobbying to secure employment in the ongoing teaching hospital, employment, others in Benue, Inland Revenue service, and other things, little things. Don't worry, very soon I'll do my constituency briefing by June, and you will have everything on paper, including the number of bills and motions that I have moved in the House. In terms of the Federal House of Rep, I'm not in any position to say, but like I talk about the government who has started working on some infrastructures, I also want to commend President Ahmed Bola Tinubu for the work he has started from Otukpo, going through Obi, then to Yehe, also the ongoing projects. And I believe strongly that our House of Rep members should be able to put pressure on the contractor to be serious with the job. But we must commend President Mohamed Buhari for that project that Igede people is being considered. It's among those roads are among about 69 roads that are currently being undertaken by the government of President Ahmed Bola Tinubu. And so I commend him. And I also thank our House of Rep member, Honorable David Ogel, for the motion he moved in conjunction with his counterpart from Ebonyi recently for the construction of the road that will join Link Owoko with Ebonyi. Well, then I believe that he's going to do a follow-up, because it is one thing to move a motion, and it's another thing for the motion to be on the move. Alex TV, I will risk it. I appreciate you. I assure you of my cooperation. Anytime there are issues that we need to talk about that require the attention of the public, I'm available. And for the Easter, Jesus made a huge sacrifice for us, and I don't think there is any sacrifice that is too much for us to make for Igede to be great. Let's continue to love one another and stay together. If anyone is wrong, let's correct the person in love so that we can move forward. I love you so much.